this video, we will continue to explain many various ways to creatively input data files. For example, we can make a tab eliminate dot file in Excel. So we will exercise together in detail. Please look at this slide. When you look at this, that is the Excel. Excel is a wonderful application on top of Windows operating system. So first you can open your Excel file and then you can make your own data. That is the simple and the sample data of the big data. And then the main point is you should save this file with this name, like that. Your first English name underbar test.txt. So please look at the file extension. Even though we open the Excel file, we can save our file with the text file. So please look at this part in detail and please check this file with the Notepad application together. Okay, let's do it together. Please follow me. Please find your Excel file using the magnifier or the window, the main button. Alright, so please Excel. Even though you put only EX alphabets, you can find the Excel. So regardless of the Excel application version, you can open it. Okay. Then you can type with this. So you make the empty file and then you can type here. The hobby is the main character's name of shoots. We will learn about the data analysis of the famous movie or drama and so on soon. So that is the main character's name. So don't worry about it. Okay, the hobby and Mike and Rachel, for example. And then, as I talked to you, even though that is the untitled, so there is no file name yet, but please save this file with your first name. So you can click the file and then save as. Click the desktop. So please take a look this part. That is the file extension. That is the file format. So if you press the below arrow, the downside arrow button, you can find many kinds of extension. That is the .xx. So please bottom part, then you can find .txt. That is the tab separated the file extension. Please click this and then you can find the file name similar to me. So your today date, then your English name and test. Alright, so you don't need to put this file extension because this application automatically puts file extension at the end of your file name. So please save this. you don't need to concern about it. Then you can find your file name, right? So even though we make our simple data in the Excel application, as I talked to you before, we can make the txt file because of the selection of the file extension. All right, so we can open this file extension using Notepad, right? So please check this part together. So in case of me, I put the Notepad application the bottom side of my computer. So I open the Notepad and then I open. Yeah, I made this one because you can check it the date, that is the today and the working time, right? So please select one and open it. So as I talked to you before, similar to the Excel file, okay, we can compare together. All right, so that is the same one, right? So what is the separation between them? Now we will talk about it in detail in this video clip. All right, so my point is we can make the various kinds of the file using the Excel application. So we can open this Notepad file in the RStudio together. So please open your RStudio. And we can open it together. So that is the history of mine, right? So if you use your laptop, you can also check your past history. So it is very efficient for you to use your own laptop, as I talked to you before, instead of the public computer in our class, right? So anyway, so we can make the another new file, and then we can open the this txt notepad file today. Before that, I mean before opening this file in RStudio, please move this file to the working directory. What is the working directory? As I talked to you, if you put get wd, that means get wd returns an absolute file path representing the current working directory of the R process, right? So if you put this one, you can find your working directory. So you should copy and paste, right? So even though we go to the working directory, but there is no the notepad file, we made it before, right? So you should move from the past directory. I mean, we should move the file in past directory to the working directory here, right? So you should copy and paste together. So you should open the desktop. In my case, I save the file in the desktop, so I select this file and I press the Ctrl X to cut and paste here, right? So, okay. So this alerts made. The file was opened in Excel application. So please close the Excel file first. So I can close this and then save. To the working directory. All right, that is the working directory. Right. So I paste this working directory and then save this. So please delete the file extension because the application can put the file extension automatically at the end of the file name, right? Yeah, so I can check the file in the working directory here. So you should also find your working directory with this command. So please capture this slide with print screen and then paste in your portfolio Word file. The reason why I made this procedure, I received many questions about working directory command usage from a few students in our lecture. So I chose the sample of the get WD command. So you should put your working date and please put your subject. Get WD is you can find your working directory. You can put your file into the working directory, right? So that's working directory. The object of working directory is first you can find your working directory and then put your file into working directory because our studio can find your file in the working directory directly. Alright, directly. Of course, we can't find our file with the other way, with the put the relative path setting, but it is the next or maybe after midterm test we can try this with the past revision. So for the beginner at this time you choose your working directory using the getwd command and then put your file into your working directory, and you can try this all by yourself and then capture similar to me the left side, the proof of the getwd command usage, and you also put your notepad file into your working directory, similar to me, right? So that means from this time, our studio can find your file. All right, so we can try this. So your working dates. So please put the comments always on top of your code, all right? Then your English name and put the subject, the topic of the exercise. So in this video and in this example, we can try to various files the control of various files in our studio, right? So we made our notepad file using Excel, so we can read the sample data in our studio together. So you can use the read.table first. Then you can put your file name. Your file name is right. So you can click, just one click with your mouse of the left part, and then you can copy and paste here. All right. And then you can read this file and then assign the data into the variable name. So variable name is the character, because we put many characters name in the txt file, right? So first, please type your comments automatically. I mean, based on your memory, all right? Then we can execute using Ctrl+Shift+S. So please look at this. And there's no error in console, and you can find the character variable here. So two observations of the two variables, right? Then you can check the real data in character variable. So you can put the variable name. How about this? Okay, we can compare. So the result is the same. So that means our studio can successfully read the sample data with the similar formats, the especially the table format, right? Okay, so please put the comment in this. Please put the comment in this comment, right? So to do this, you can put. In my case, I use the Ctrl+Shift+C to put this comment character. Of course, you can put the comment command using Shift and the number 3 in keyboards, but please memorize keyboard shortcuts Ctrl+Shift+C to put the comment characters. So at this point, I will summarize some useful keyword shortcuts. So, alright, so go to the categorized part, and then you can put here after package, put the useful keyboard shortcuts. So useful keyboard shortcut. First, Ctrl Shift S. Ctrl Shift Enter. Ctrl Shift C. And first one, command Ctrl Shift N. That means we can make a new file, right? We can execution of our file. without each comment. All right. Comment is the code, right? So each code, and it is also execution, but without with each comment. So please use the useful keyboard shortcuts very frequently all by yourself. And this is we can put the comment. I mean this character in front of each comment. All right. So automatically and quickly we can put the comment per each comment, right? So in my case, I put the comment character using Ctrl+Shift+C. And please copy this one, then paste here, and then we can consider the second parameter together. How about this header? The header is the logical value indicating whether the file contains the names of the variables as its first line. If missing, the value is determined from the file format. Header is set is true if and only if the first row contains one fewer fields than the number of columns, right? So you should select this for the second parameter here, and then put the true value with the single quotes. And please execute this line only here, so you can click this the menu. But in my case, I made the error intentionally. So please remember the header second parameter can save the value without single quote, and then you can click this menu after fixing it. All right. So after this, we can check the cursor is the next line, and there's no error here. So you can find your latest comment using arrow up, all right, in the keyboard. You can press the up arrow here, right? Yeah. So you can find this. So please look at and compare with the previous the result. If we put the second parameter using the header is true, that means please consider first row as a header. So if you look at this in console, the first row is not data but the header name. So there is the single row here. So it is not natural. In this case, if you want to put the variable name per each column, you should put the main character, right? And second character here. And then save. And then please run this only comment here. So you can also click the run menu. So run the current line or selection. That is the Control Enter. That is the also keyboard shortcut. So Control Enter here. So you can put the Control Enter, and then you can find your latest comment, and then check the result. Oh, I think there's no save here. Then for more execution, please. Then find the latest comment. Oh, I see. Wait for a moment. Can find the close. Open this. We did not save here, so we can find the file. I think I modified the another file in the another directory. So I intentionally open our working file in the working directory, and I checked there's no variable name here. So I type or more. And then save here. Then I put the cursor here because we want to execute this line only. So I should click this line with the cursor, right? And then Control Enter. But all right, because of this the space, there is the error here. So in this case, yeah, sometimes I made the intended errors for showing many cases. So please, you also try to make the enough errors all by yourself and then find the proper one. All right. Put, then Control Enter. Then you can find this. Right. So that is the natural result. We wanted to get the result using the variable name of each column, right? So that is this column is the main character data, and this is the second characters data, right? So please compare this comment line and this one. So you should also do, and you also compare the difference between two comments with enough time, and please compare the result with the file, the content, and then you can capture with the print screen and then save here. Wait. So that is the also important thing. So you put here. Then you go to the bottom part. And save this. Right? So you can put your explanation. In this exercise, we compare the difference between read.table without second parameter. Second parameter is the header, right? And that's all right. Okay, and that table function read second control each variable name of columns with header, right? The header is the second parameter. All right. So I mean, if you look at this, function, that is the function, because function is followed by the braces, right? So we can put the input data here, but input data can be several. First is the file name, second is the header, right? So if you put the header is true, we can control the variable name of columns, all right? So you should put your enough explanation on top of your understanding, all right? Okay, so we check this example together. So we can make tab delimited notepad file in Excel especially. All right. Okay, we can go ahead. Okay, you can find 3 files in iCampus. So you can download 3 files in your working directory too. And let's open each file in RStudio. What is the difference of 3 files? First is the CSV file. So the difference is the file extension, right? The first one is comma separated value. Second is the .prn. That is just the data file with the separation for the space. And the third one is .txt, right? So txt file, sometimes each data is separated by tab. Especially we can make this notepad file in Excel cell, I mean we can open this txt file with the Excel too. So let's try it. Please Excel one more. Please open the Excel one more. And then open this txt file together. All right. So when you look at this, that it is separated by the tab. So you can select by the default value tab. So in this case, this light line means the tab. So each data that is there. All right. Okay. Each data is separated with this line, right? With the light line. So the internally this line means that separates the 2 data with the tab. All right. So we can separate each data with the tab in both Excel and file. Of course, we can separate each data with the comma or space and so on. So I mean, if you make your own file with your intention, with the file extension, we can distinguish each file with the specific, the separation concept. All right. So anyway, please download the 3 files, and then you can also try to open this, and then you can put the history at the bottom of your Word portfolio. Alright, so you can find 3 files in iCampus. So please open the txt file first together. Okay, please click, and then check the data. The first column variable name is body temp. Second is gender. Third one is the heart under the bit. So body temp, the first column has the many kinds of temperature of each person. And the second column is the gender. I think first is the male, second is the female. The third one is the heartbeat. Yeah, the heartbeat rate maybe, I think. So you can also open this txt file in RStudio, similar to me. So let's try this together. So before that, first you should move 3 files into your working directory. Right? To find your working directory, as I talked to you, you should put the get wd first, right? And then you can find your working directory. And then you should copy and paste here, all right? So similar to the previous file, you can put the all considering files here, and then you can copy the file name, and then paste here instead of previous one, and then please put the keyboards of the shortcuts Ctrl N here. Then you can find the cursor is next line, and there's no error in console. And then you can find character variable here, and then you can check the new result here. So you can compare the txt file and then data in console. That is the same, right? So you can try to open the first file and second file as well as the third one, and you can paste your successful history with the capture, and then paste the bottom of your Word file, right? So you can try this 1, 2, 3. So you can also check the lecture slides. So if you check this screen, this comment is similar to me. And then we can use the second parameter as well as third and first. Of course, we can omit the last one, so don't worry about this. This first parameter is related with the string control, so we will cover after midterm test, so don't worry about it. You can omit. So regardless of this, you can get the same result, alright? But if you open this CSV file, you should put the third parameter with the comma, absolutely. So without the third parameter, you can get the different result. So please exercise this all by yourself, and then put your exercise trace at the bottom of your Word file. And then you can also check the result with the variable name. So be careful about this new type of the variable name. We can use the point between two words that can be one of the variable names. So you should also make your variable name with the new type. All right? Okay. And then you can find your specific the columns data only with this grammar. So if you put the square blanket and you can put the column name, for example, body temp, gender, or heartbeat, you can select the one column based on the column name only. So you should also try this. All right. And then you can also compare what is the difference between read.table function and read.csv. So please exercise with enough time in script mode, and then simultaneously you can compare and think of the difference between the two functions result. All right. So first file in conclusion for the first time for the first file that is separated with the comma, right? Each data is separated with comma. As you can see, the file extension 2. In case of PRN is separated with T, right? The tab. And oh, sorry, that is there. I think this is more natural. And in case of the txt, in our case, we separated each data with the separate. We separate each data with the tab, right? So you should open each file with the read.table function as well as read.csv. Maybe the total possible cases maybe I think 6 because the 3 files and 2 functions. So you should do all by yourself with enough time because this can be the flipped learning lecture, right? So and then paste trace at the bottom of your file. And then you can also consider row.names parameter in read.csv function. So with the row.names equal to 1, we can print the first column of the data file. So please compare previous data results and this one. So instead of discrete number from 1 to 12, we can consider each person's name here, right? So we can put the person's name additionally in new file, right? So you can make the new file all by yourself. For example, you can select and copy and paste, and then you can open the file, and then you can put the person's last names here in the first column, and then save the file name with this one, and then open this new considered CSV file with the row.named parameter. And then in this case, instead of discrete number, we can consider the person's names here. All right. Okay. In this video, we consider various files can be created on top of Excel application as well as Notepad. And then we can open many kinds of file of the different file extension using read.table and read.csv on top of the additional parameters sometimes. So please exercise all pages with this video clip and put your old traces in Word file, and then you can also write the summary in your note. And if you are if you have some trouble for memory and understanding of each usage of the read.table and read.csv function, please take further this slide, and then please take a look your folder using your cell phone very frequently without stress. All right, so repetition checking is very important, and enough exercise in our studio is also very important. All right, thank you for listening. See you later.